everybody, happy Friday. Woo, woo. So I thought today would be kind of a fun episode. This is number 250 of Maker Mornings with Meg. I cannot believe that. But anyway, I thought it'd be fun to get together today and do a little celebration. So we're gonna go with a birthday celebration, even though 250 episodes is some odd number of days. We're gonna call it a birthday. And so we've got a fun card today, and I have the super kind of like Jekyll and Hyde Simply Marvelous paper. So I know maybe you haven't heard of it like that before, but I'm gonna show you kind of what I mean. So here is the Simply Marvelous paper. On the one side, it's all these marble patterns. So really pretty, let's see, can I get it on there? There we go. So really pretty in different shades, but it's that marble. And then on the back, this is like the Jekyll and Hyde part. It is this crazy psychedelic print, which is like waves and water and something out of like a Throwback Thursday, right? So I thought that I would wear my crazy psychedelic shirt to go with it. So this is the fabric is from the Styled Magnolia, and here you have to see the back of it. Like, check that out. Fun, right? So anyway, I also, to go along with it, started an Instagram channel today for our new Instagram account called Loven Sews. So LOVENSEWS if you want to follow my sewing things, so I don't have to talk about them here so much. Anyway, we're going to use this psychedelic paper. So of course we're going to use the throwback Beetle from the Driving By stamp set. And I'm going to show you where I found the perfect font to go with that for a happy birthday card. So, oh, and pattern for this is from a company called Itch to Stitch. It's the Sibiu. So anyway, all right, you guys ready? We're going to do some Stampin' Blends. We're going to have our fun psychedelic birthday card. We're going to add some sparkle to it at the end. You ready to get stamping? Happy Friday. All right, I'm going to flip you guys down here, and there we go. Now, it is super bright and shiny here today where I am, which I'm loving. We have no school, well, we have an e-learning day today because it's so icy out from the snow and ice that we got over the last day or so. So we are having kind of fun, but definitely lots of bright sunshine, which is so nice. Now, I have the wrong basic white cardstock here, but if you are making this card, you would of course use basic white thick cardstock, which is much better for a card base. But I'm gonna go ahead and just fold this in half. If you're using the thick, you wanna make sure you score it. You don't wanna just fold it. And I just realized I have like a black embossing powder on my table here from the last time we got together. All right, so this is gonna make a perfect background for us, okay? So let's bring in our Driving By stamps, and let's see, I'm gonna grab the Beetle here, and I always like to set my stamp down and then just pick it up with a block. That way, I know that it's gonna be set on there straight and easily clinging. So, oh, and I didn't even say good morning. Sorry, guys. Hey, Susan and Sue and Brenda and Carol and Trish. And let's see, I can't see my screen. So if you didn't say hi, I can't see you right now. So feel free to say hi. And if it's sunny where you are on this fabulous Friday, so I'm going to use my Memento ink, which is my favorite black for using with Stampin' Blends markers. And it's back in the shop. It's not out of stock anymore, so go ahead and grab it. I love this color. It's a nice true black, and it stamps beautifully, and it is definitely what you want for working with your Stampin' Blends markers. So I don't do this very often, but we're gonna get really close here if I can. There we go. All right, so you guys can see what we're doing here with our coloring. And let's see, I see lots of snow. Oh, Margie says, good snow-filled morning. Doris says it's sunny, no snow there, but it's cold. Yeah, I think it's like 4 degrees here or something. So chilly for us. I know that's not chilly for all of you. And Susan, I'm sure is above 4 degrees in Florida. Enjoy your sunny breeze. Okay, so Stampin' Blends markers are alcohol markers. They have 2 ends. There is a bullet tip and a brush tip. And I am going to usually use the brush tip. It's just my go-to, but that's kind of a personal style. and I picked up the wrong one. They come in pairs, a light and a dark. And if you can't really tell for sure which ones they are, you can look at the little labels, but usually it's pretty obvious. So I'm gonna go ahead and start. When I use my Stampin' Blends markers, I like to go ahead and lay down a base of color. And so I'm gonna go ahead and lay down a base of the light color in this granny apple green. We're gonna make our car green. All right, and usually you pull markers, not push them. Shame on Meg. By that, I mean, see how I'm pulling it this way? If you push it, sometimes you get some weirdness. Think about like if you're using a paintbrush, you wouldn't push a paintbrush. All right, so there's our base of color. Now I'm gonna go back. Let's see, what else do I want to be green? Maybe these little like loopies in our tires. And then I'm going to add just a little, let's see, we'll do the top of this box and some stripes and the top of that box. All right, now I'm gonna go back with my darker green. So step 2 of Stampin' Blends is to add a little shading line. And so there are, I call them color here lines. When Stampin' Up! Puts these like shadow lines on something, like the door lines, those are color here lines is what I call them. And then I'm gonna think a little bit about where shadows would fall, and those would be sort of above the trim here on our hubcaps and, or, you know, so forth, okay? Now there's a little bit of a harsh line there between the two, which is actually kind of a cool effect. And I'm gonna leave it a little bit, but I'm going to also color once between, right at the intersection between the light and the dark. So now I kind of have 3 different color shades in there, and the overall effect is actually really gonna be kind of cool when it's all finished. I'll do just a little bit more shading at the top, okay? All right, so now, ooh, Kelly 43 in California. That sounds chilly to me. I mean, not compared to here, but it sounds chilly for California. I don't know, I realize that California has a whole lot of diverse ecosystems, so it really depends a lot on where you are. So now I'm gonna come back with Bermuda Bay, and I'm gonna color some of my accent here, and I realize that turquoise is not usually a color for tires, but I'm okay with that. It is kind of a fun car here, so we're gonna go ahead and do that, and then I'm gonna color the rest of these presents. So I don't know about you, I wouldn't actually tie presents on top of my Volkswagen Beetle. It's kind of got a roundy roof. It seems like a question. Not that I have one, but it was my mom's first car. She had a little powder blue one back in the day. Okay, now I'm gonna go ahead and add just a little, and I'm gonna use a bullet tip because this is really kind of tiny. I'm gonna add a little shadow line here at the top of the car, sort of where the little overlap would be, and then one kind of at the bottom of the tires there. Okay, we're gonna call that, maybe I'll do a little one here. There we go, and we're gonna call that good on the Bermuda. And then I'm gonna go back to Smoky Slate, which is gonna be my light marker first. So this is back, same thing. So 1, 2, 3 steps. Lay a light foundation, add some darker low lights, I guess they're not highlights if they're darker, and then go back and blend. So now I'm gonna go ahead and add just a little bit at the back corners of these there to give us a little shading and sort of a subtle shape to our window, and then one time at the intersection, okay? See how that works? So Stampin' Blends, definitely not scary. Definitely something that you can do. Trish says, you're talented coloring upside down. It's sketchy sometimes, but not too bad. Just think about what the colors are gonna be and go from there. So now we are going to fussy cut. So I'm gonna bring you guys back up a little, which probably means you need some space. There we go. And then I'm gonna do some fussy cutting, which I can't do upside down. So I'm gonna go ahead and start here. I use my paper snips, and tip for this, 1 continuous cut as long as you can. So open your scissors wide. Don't cut all the way to the tips because you'll end up snapping your paper and getting a little tear at the end sometimes. But we're gonna go ahead and do 1 long continuous cut. I only cut with my right and I only turn with my left, okay? So 1 continuous cut, turning with this hand, and just cutting with my right. So Hope you guys are improving with your fussy cutting. We do, I've done a fair amount of fussy cutting lately, actually. So, all right, so there we have our very fun psychedelic card to go with our very fun psychedelic paper. Now, it does, I feel like, get a little bit lost in here. So we're gonna figure out how to give that, I call it like a home base, or create more of a focal point for ourselves. And to do that, I'm gonna use a greeting. This is the Slim Sayings greeting set, which comes from the Slim Line card dies, which I showed you just recently. So this was one of the ones we did together, although I think I didn't show you this pink version. I used pink at the top and gray at the bottom to do this one. So this is the stamp set.
I couldn't hear what you said.
My watch is very confused. It wants to help us. So anyway, this is this morning, or this card is the Slimline card dies, which goes with the Slim Saying stamp set. But we're gonna use the Happy Birthday from here because the font is perfect for using with our theme this morning, okay? So I've got my Happy Birthday here, and I decided I'm gonna go ahead and continue with our Coastal Cabana, just like a mind, yeah, Coastal Cabana, Bermuda Bay theme here. And so I'm gonna go ahead and ink this up. When you have a large stamp, make sure you're marching it across there, and then just double check to make sure you don't have any lines from the edges of your pad. And then my next tip is when you have a red rubber stamp, I love them because they stamp beautifully, but you can't see through them. So I like to do a test stamp on my grid paper. I know some people stamp on other surfaces. I love my grid paper because it's really useful for lots of things, including this tip. So what I'm gonna do is go ahead and stamp sorry, bugging me, you guys are crooked. Let's try that. So what I'm gonna talk about stamping straight. We clearly need a straight-ish surface here. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna stamp this here, pretending that this is my card, try to line it up as straight as possible. And sure enough, it looks like it is quite straight on my block where it is. So no problem, I'm gonna keep it. Now, if I'd stamped that and it was, I'll exaggerate, it came out looking like this, then I would know, oh, okay, I'm gonna need to turn my stamp just a little bit more to get it to be straight. So, but looks like we're in good shape here. So I'm gonna go ahead and stamp our Happy Birthday across here. And this is going to give us a fabulous home base for our car to sit on. Okay, so now our car isn't lost in that fabulous marble. It's got this place to sit, okay? Cheryl says, oh, Cheryl had 2 VW bugs. How fun. Oh my gosh. Roxanne says she gets the neighbor girls to fussy cut for her. That's hysterical. And I bet they love it as much as you do. That's just fabulous, Roxanne. Oh my gosh. I need to learn more about how to get neighbor kids to fussy cut for me. Sounds like a good plan. All right, so let's go ahead and flip our card, our piece to the back here. I'm gonna pop a Stampin' Dimensional on it and stick that there. And then we are going to mount this back on our card base, which remember is thick, basic white cardstock. So, and then we have, if you missed it, oh, this is empty. Actually, I might as well show you how to change it. If you missed it this morning, I was saying that my take on this Simply Marbleous paper is that it is like Jekyll and Hyde paper. So there's like this sort of laid back marble look on one side, and then the woohoo psychedelic crazy look on the other side. So anyway, kind of funny. So, all right. So changing our Stampin' Seal is very simple. When you get to the red end, you know that it is run out. This part here is the garbage. So then you're going to just take your fingers and double check that there's no, right at the tip here, you can get adhesive accumulate, and you don't really want that to keep accumulating. So I just grab that and pull it off with my fingers. And then I always forget which side is which, so I just look for where the posts are and where the holes, right there, are in the, don't do that. So I'm gonna forward this just a teeny bit to get that extra out. Look for the hole in the case, and then I think it's easiest to just set it this way so you can get that lined up. and snap this on the other side, and then you've changed your Stampin' Seal. All right, so you might need to forward a teeny bit to get it started. And what's going on here? Okay, well, look at that. This is what happens when you do things live. There it is, I see it now. Okay. Well, goodness gracious. Did I roll it backwards? I think I rolled it backwards. Doo-doo-doo. Okay, well, this is when you call your demonstrator. Oh, mine like popped out. Okay, this is when you call up your demonstrator, me, and you say, Meg, remember that thing I ordered from you? I need help, and then I help you. So let's try again. Oh, happy Friday, everyone. All right, so again, line up the holes, pop this on here, put your lid back on, forward a teeny bit. This one's ready to go. Yeah, no problem. That was weird. I've never had that happen before, and I've used zillions of these, so. Okay, so now I'm gonna flip this over and pop it on our card like this. And then we're gonna add some bling because we need some bling to go with our celebration. Betty says, yeah, no big deal. I'm not worried. We'll get it straightened out. So now I'm gonna use my sequins here, and let's see, these are the Artistry Bloom sequins. They come in a bunch of colors, which I find are happy for lots of occasions. And they're gonna pop another one on, and then I like to do things kind of in threes, and we're kind of strengthening our focal point here, so I'm gonna kind of keep them. I mean, I could put them randomly anywhere, but now they're focusing our attention there on the part of the card that we want to see. Yeah, Betty says she rolled it backwards. Yeah, I realized I rolled it backwards too. It was a little loose in the case, and I pulled it backwards, so then the tail popped out, so that's okay. I'm sure I can sort something out, so. All right, so there is our happy birthday card. So the link is in the video description for all the supplies, and kind of a fun Friday psychedelic card of card. This stamp set and the Simply Marbleous paper are part of Sale-a-bration, so you get a free Sale-a-bration item for each $50 that you order, but only through February 28th, so we're kind of down to our last week and a half of Sale-a-bration. If you already have all the stamps that you want from Sale-a-bration, remember that having an extra package or two of designer series paper is kind of a fun deal, and I have so many different ideas for that paper that we've been talking about. I actually used the marble, the like base kind of calm side is in the background here underneath that die cut. So I've used it there. What else do I have here with it? Let's see. Oh, here's another sort of crazy card with the psychedelic side showing. Actually, the psychedelic and the record, I think, go really perfectly together. This stamp set for the record is from the January through June 22 mini catalog. So lots of kind of fun there. And yeah. So I'm gonna flip you guys up here. And oh, Rachel says that she has a snow day, so she got to watch live today too. I know, isn't it fun? I hope you're enjoying your snow day. So everybody stay warm and enjoy your weekend. We have no school on Monday, so man, this is like the kids were saying it was just as long as Thanksgiving break. They're so excited. So anyway, I hope that if you have some extra unexpected snow day time today, you might get some supplies out and make some cards. Remember, they don't have to be complicated. All we did was color and layer on a piece of designer series paper to make this fun, simple birthday card. You don't have to be like crazy over the top to make something fun to share with somebody. So I hope that you enjoy some time this weekend crafting, and I will look forward to seeing you guys again on Monday. It's a holiday, but I'll see you then anyway for another project. I think on Monday, I have two choices. I haven't decided which one. I'm gonna either do a daffodil card or one with abstract beauty, which is like the straight out of the 80s set, which I kind of adore. So anyway, I will look forward to seeing you guys then. Have a wonderful weekend and happy stamping. Bye.